Hello everybody, I'm Shubhangi, your digital artist friend, and today I'm going to talk about something that I've struggled with for a very long period of time in my journey. That is, what do I need to study in order to grow as an artist? Just to give you a little background, what I was struggling with. Whenever I used to think about improving art and explore content online, it always used to come down to some specific skill. Like, suppose you need to improve your anatomy or you need to improve your colors. But the information was flowing from every side, and I was so overwhelmed with it that I really did not know where to begin actually. So that made me realize that I need a proper structure, because one day I was doing gesture studies, the second day I was trying to explore color techniques, and the next day I was doing something related to composition. But it was all over the place, and there was no way for me to measure if I'm doing things correctly or not. And I believe as a self-taught artist, we all go through this dilemma. We don't know whether we are doing things right or not. So here's a guide that has worked for me. Please see if it works for you as well. So let's begin. The very first thing that I realized we need to do is sort of set some goals for our progress, because if we do not do that, it's very easy to get distracted. But setting goals involves knowing what kind of art do you want to eventually make. As a beginner, it's difficult to decide whether you really know what exactly you are going for, because we're in the exploring stage. We do not know what exactly we are looking for. So for this, I recommend that you pick a list of your favorite artists. Don't make it a very big list, just 2-3 main influences that you have, and then try to break down what exactly about their art you like. So for me, it was Sam Does Arts and Loish. For Sam, I like the way he used color and lighting, and the way he uses very clear, sharp shapes. And with Loish, I was very intrigued by the sense of movement she creates with her art. So those were the qualities that I wanted to incorporate in my art as well. And the second thing which I looked upon was, what kind of vibe do I want my art to give off? So personally for me, it was a sense of calm and peace. I wanted my art to feel like a breath of fresh air. That's what I was aiming for. And all these qualities that I want my art to have are basically stemming from my own personal experience. Then I want you to look at the practical aspect of it. Sometimes what happens is that we like someone's art, but we realize that the workflow is just not for us. We can admire somebody's art, but it's not necessary that you need to have a similar workflow. So you can see what kind of things you enjoy about the art process, and then decide those constraints as well. So finally we come down to the last step, that is breaking down the right skills. Once you have listed everything, you can now see how can you bring these qualities into your art. So for example, if I like movement and expressiveness to be in my art, what skills do I need to study for it? The first one would be gesture probably, and then a little bit of anatomy to get the proportions right, and then work on the expressiveness. And by expressiveness, I mean exaggerating the shapes. Secondly, I also need to study environment painting. Like that, you can pick all the skills that are relevant to your particular case. If you want a detailed list of skills from which you can pick skills which are applicable to your case, then you can check out my recent post on Patreon. It's free and you can access it without any charging. So that's how you pick the right skills for you and then work upon it. So just to recap, these are the 4 steps you need to do. Study your favorite artists. Look for the vibe you want to bring into your art. Define your preferences and constraints. And then lastly, picking the right skills. So after we have a list of all the skills we need to work on, there comes another issue. That how do we learn all these skills, and how do I create a routine, structure around it so that I can use it on a daily basis and measure my goals. So that's the topic for another video. If you would like to know about it, do let me know in the comments and I'll make a video about it. Thank you. I hope this was of some help to you. Bye bye.